everyone. Hi, we're live. This is Thursday Live. And today we are having Ruth as a guest for our Thursday Live. We're talking about women in business and everything. And Ruth has been awarded as the best interior design and also the inspiring woman. So welcome, Ruth, to our show.
Thank you for inviting me.
And how do you feel today about, we're going to ask you a lot of questions. How do you feel?
Excited.
Okay, so we are starting, I'm going to talk about, she has a lot of different projects going on, and she worked as a business administrator, and also she's interior designer, and she's also a model. So we're going to tab on all these subjects. And first, I want to just talk about business. When I was just started, and I'm a solopreneur, so I have to do everything myself, right? And now I have like people helping me out, so that actually really lift up my load. When I find the most challenging part about administration, is actually setting appointments. I have to set up appointment for whole my team and also the client to set the photo shoot day, and then we go on the photo shoot. But before that was a headache. So I want to ask you, Ruth, like in your work and the administration work, what's the most challenging part?
The most challenging part is the payments of clients.
The payments of clients. Okay.
The documentation, because my work is mostly based on construction and finishes, and from start to finish of a project. You have to have all the documentation in order. They have to give it on time, otherwise the project it won't finish on time. It won't start on time even. The deliveries, if you don't chase the contractors to send you everything detail by detail, then our drawings with the architects and engineers won't be down to detail, and the work runs smoothly. And so you have to chase a lot of people.
Oh wow! So
Yes.
there's a lot of emailing, a lot of calling people.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. And what about, like, you talk about you go on the site a lot, and the site usually there your projects are like commercial, right?
Yes.
So everything is all about building for companies, for organizations, right?
Yes.
So
Building blocks.
can you tell us your experience, like as a woman?
Yes.
In the site of all the building, what was the experience like?
When I started 10 years ago, it was only me. Nowadays, if you want to, in these 10 years that I encountered, one was an architect, and one was a student from MCAS that she wanted to base her thesis and assignments on women at work. And maybe she graduates in that sector and come and work in the construction industry. But it's really difficult. Sometimes I'm 80 men and me.
Oh wow!
Yes, and you have not to be shy, and especially because I take care also of the health and safety at work. That it's really challenging to explain nowadays. Our workers are international. Some of them they don't even speak English, so with sign language, and then you have to teach them the things. A lot of patience with all to gather up all together.
Okay. Okay. So when you on the site as a woman, do you feel like you have to act like men, just like them tough, or you be yourself?
No, I just go with the jeans and the top, and I just be myself. And before I was shy 10 years ago. Now I gathered up my forces, and that especially that I know the work, what is involved and what is it, and I just be myself.
Very good. So we'll now want to tap into the questions about interior design. So I want to show you a slide, that a few photos that are over here. Okay, let me just pull up this one. Yeah. So this is the business award, right? Can you tell us about this award, Bruce?
I had a telephone call that I was nominated for the businesswoman, and I didn't know how come they have chosen me. And then they explained that from what I upload on the website and how I talk from some receptions that I go of businesswomen, and they told me that you inspire the other women that not to be afraid and not to be ashamed of yourself, and especially if you have your education, you have to share it with others so that they can learn from my experience, and when you share it, your experience, the others learn.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, it's pretty cool. You got a phone call and you were nominated, and then you go to the award.
But the funny thing, I was there at the award because there were other 50 women that they were there, and I didn't know who else. I think they shortlisted 13 women.
Wow.
That I thought I was seeing other women that they are more in business than me and everything. So I was eating, and they were calling, and I heard Calleja. And I was like, how come she's not reading off? And my partner told me, and my daughter, it's you, go. It's me.
So it was
When
like
you
out
see
of
the
blue.
video, I'm like that. It's me.
So you didn't even realize that you feel that it's a very competitive.
Yes, because I saw the big names there. I'm not going to tell them, but who was there? Who knows?
Okay.
And some of them are representative of big companies and everything.
Okay.
And that's why I didn't.
You thought there's no hope, and then your name was called.
Yes,
oh, okay. What a surprise and nice experience, eh?
And I know that the social media, everyone's watching it because they kept telling me there at the reception, I like that and how you post and how you do the words, and I read that.
Very good. Very good. I'm glad. And next one. Let's see the next slide. What's that? Let's have a look. Hang on. Sorry. Okay. This is the next one. So this is the one you went on the stage, surprised.
This one was the first one of the interior design.
Okay, that's the interior design.
I was competing with architects and other design, because nowadays there are some architects and they are designing also. So for me, like battling for that, it was an honor.
It was an honor. Okay, fantastic. So the next one, let's see. There's also award, I think. This one.
This one of the inspiring.
That's the one with the big surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. And next one, let's have a look. So that's the certificate. So what this certificate was for?
Of interior design.
The interior design.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done. Yeah. So tell us about the interior design. What do you do? Now you do residential or you do commercial?
Commercial.
You do commercial. Okay.
Because I don't do residential. I found that a lot of people already have their own ideas. So why waste the time of I showing them the materials and how to decorate their house and how to do the electricity and everything. Nowadays, when they buy, they're already buying it already planned, like shell, but there are already the points that the builder had already done for them. So everyone, if they need help, I do so. But if they already have what they have in mind, it's like I see it. I don't want to waste their time. They already have their own ideas.
Yeah.
And especially because I design creatively, and every quarter of a month I go abroad and to the fairs to promote new materials from that time till coming here to be promoted, there's a gap of 2 years from what is being advertised and the new materials, and from the people to start showing the new concept
Okay.
coming here.
Okay.
For example, today I was in a webinar about biodiversity, about planting more plants and purifying the air with the plants. Some people, they say it will look like a jungle, but if you see it with a proper design and how you can implement the plants so the air would be more fresh. And then with reusable materials and that to help the environment. There is a lot of promotion coming in the coming years, but abroad we're doing already offices with the new materials that were somebody has thrown it away, and we are refurbishing. So they're showing us the techniques through webinars, how you can implement it and save the environment.
That's really good.
Yes.
So when you bring this new idea, how do you convince people, hey, this is the new fantastic idea, we can help about the environment? And how do you push the idea?
So first I have my sketches done, and when the client tells me what he wants to do, for example, for this room and everything, I do some sketches and show him and tell him about the budget.
Mm-hmm.
I see the costings of the new materials, that they are being environmental friendly, and what he had in mind. We're sometimes it's a bit costly, a bit, but seeing the long term and the innovations of things, they change their minds.
Okay.
Because it's good for him, for the style.
Mm-hmm.
And when I had a project because there was a client who wanted everything normal from a company, which looks in his office. And then he came down to the first floor and he was always watching around at what was being done. And I was awarded 2 more floors that he bought up.
Okay, because he saw one, it's
Yes.
already done beautifully. So he say,
Yes.
I want the other one the same.
I don't want the traditional things.
Okay, so you actually change people's mind
Yes.
about just show them the interior design, your idea, and then
Yes.
they would just say, okay, I like your idea, but
Yes.
do you
explain about the difference of the cost,
Yeah.
but then in long term, if they're going to use the old system of designing, for example, if some damages, like in the office, there are a lot of damages that is being done. And with the new materials, they can be replaced with new materials instead. The old ones, they're out of stock, especially after COVID, everything. Nobody stocks enough material because every half a year, new materials are coming out and no replacements. So it's a must that one keeps an open mind of the design that he wants in his house, the commercial, because it keeps on updating.
So I just have a question, like the old material and the new material, once you want to integrate these two, is there difficulty?
It is. It's like a headache when a client wants to use, for example, the table was given me by my aunt, the chair was given me by my grandma, and and then they want a fresh new look. It's a fresh new look, or you want to keep going on with an old system. Because even if you're doing like a dining table, you have you got inherited with 2, and you have to combine the other 2.
Yeah.
You can, because we're mixing colors, but the style.
Maybe it would be like have a conflict or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's a table of 6 and you have only 2,
Okay.
at least 3 and 3 you do.
I know. Okay. I understand. So this is actually like quite interesting work. Like actually your client like giving you like I want this, and you have to come up with a solution.
Yes.
So you have to be very creative with the solution. Like
I had a client that he had another interior designer before me, but because there it's not always interior design that I do. Sometimes I do project management with my partner, and I was going around and I was looking like this, and the client was banging, literally banging his head with the wall. Because when he entered, from what was done on a 3D shoot, because a photorealistic design, from the actual, he came in the office and told me, this is not my office. I entered like in a hospital. No color, no nothing. The designer did everything white. But when she showed him the photorealistic, there were shading. He thought there's a mixture of black and white and some shade. When he entered the actual place. So, I saw your CV that you're doing. And it was a challenge. That I had to change the design in 6 months. And this was an office that had to cater for 260 staff minimum.
oh wow, okay.
So,
And you managed for 6 months?
in 6 months, I went to where they're worshipping their furniture from above and started, you have to spray that, do this, change that. And I tried to bargain with the supplier.
Okay.
Yes, but I had to go in their factory and because sometimes it's not easy to change there and there because there's the payments already done, the concept, the layouts that are already done and design. So we have to stay and improvise.
Yes.
It's very important in our work. Every
Yeah.
day you find a surprise on site.
Oh wow, okay. So you have to be really able to improvise, to be creative, and find solutions.
Yes.
Very good. So we are moving to another topic about modeling. So tell us about your modeling. How do this how this idea came from? So when you first have this idea, you talk to your family or friends. Did they think you're crazy? You want to start modeling?
From very young age, I was always into fashion. I want my clothes to be the latest ones and everything up to date. My hair to trend, my makeup, everything. And when I was younger, I used to go to the beauty fashion fairs here in Malta, and there were photographers that they used to invite me to do like a try-in and everything. And at first, my mother told me, no, because you're alone with the photographer and they have bad intentions. So at that time, I let it go and focused more on my career, studied, and I got married, had a child, and time passed by very quickly. I didn't know to go. And in 2019, I was in a fair abroad this time, and there was this like an entertainment area for. I was having a drink and I saw a photographer taking photos of me. What? And he told me, "You really are photogenic." What do you mean? I told him. And I said, I show you. I got the camera. At that time, I didn't know that you can preview it like a mini slideshow on the camera to see what I was taking. Oh, that's me. It's you. And this was in Obertauern, in the middle of Austria.
Mm-hmm.
And in every evening, this was for a week, they had like a themed events. And every night, he used to have these booths with the theme. And And after a week, he told me, I'm going to introduce you to the other that I know, the photographers and the designers that we have here in Austria. And would you like to come abroad? And I said, let's try. And from one shoot to another, they told each other. And what is very interesting, from one photographer to another, they have different concepts and ideas. For example, like one of them is specialized in vintage. So he had his own costumes, and they send me from where they upload in certain magazines that there are, because there are competitions also between one style to another. And another one, a photographer had a designer with him, and she wanted that I try the things. And especially they told me, since I'm curvy and I have black hair, and the features are very different from, for example, if you go to Sweden, like I'm blondish. I'm very different the features, and I got promoted there by themselves.
So I saw your portfolio, like you actually have more modeling abroad, right?
Yes,
Because
yes.
why they choose you particularly?
Because of my special features, the complexion. Although I have black and like whitish, and it's like a combination of natural also. And nowadays, when you go to an audition, you see that everyone is doing like the bigger lips and some the body is different, even if you see the curves. When you paint, you have like a ratio how you paint the body. Nowadays they are exaggerating. It's better to leave the body in your natural form, and because that's why I've been recommended from one to another. And they write, you're being chosen because you look natural.
Oh, wow, okay. So
Yeah.
actually, a lot of people don't know. They feel like I have to improve my look to be able to become a model or being booked. But you just being natural. People
Yeah.
want to have people like you to be model.
Yes.
That's really fantastic. Can you tell us like your most recent shoot, and what was the concept, and did you learn anything?
I just came from Paris.
Okay, Paris.
Yes, there was an American um, a French castle.
French castle.
French
I don't
castle.
know. Okay, one of
Yes.
the French castle. Okay, yeah.
Chateau
Chateau.
Chalin. Chateau Chalin. They Google it, Chateau Chalin. And this was bought by an American very rich person and invested there to do like events, like for acrobats, every type of event that you one can imagine. And for they're introducing elopement weddings, those that want to do to get married outside of Malta. They don't have the concept of everyone is Catholic, so they do these elopement weddings, the female and the male, and just invite their best friends there, but they do it in style. And the castle is really big. I had 3 days there. I didn't have time to go everywhere. We shot in a lot of vintage bedrooms, stylish, and soon I will upload some because and they're still on the way, no process. It was really fantastic how they managed from. I had a Colombian photographer, the videographer was from Japan, and the makeup artist from Myanmar. And they are all gathered there to promote the castle and for the events that I had to come. And they invited me to go and do the shoot there.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
You get loads of like more and more opportunities just because you keep pushing out the portfolio, you know more people, so they are like talking to each other, so you get more opportunity, right? Yes, that's how when you started, like we all in Malta, so we started from Malta, start small, right? We get some practice, and then I think the important thing is you will push yourself to go abroad. I think it's scary because first language, maybe you have
Yes.
language barrier to talk to people or communicate. Like I know, like during photo shoot, the communication is so important.
Yeah.
So once you get out of your comfort zone, you go abroad and you actually bring back so much new ideas and you grow
New style,
new
design,
new concept. So
Yes.
we had telephone call the other day, and you told me about you have this idea. Tell me about your idea about modeling.
I want to start sharing these ideas that I have learned in these 4 years that I have started. But one shoot of another, there wasn't one similar to it. Even if it's for portraits, it's different this time that you do from one photographer to the other, from one designer to the other. Uh, it's really innovative. For example, I have learned from light painting. There, I'm literally like a blackout. I have to pose, just being directed by the photographer and the videographer there, and they are like doing magic behind you. And when you see the results, it's really fantastic. With materials, I had, for example, testing of materials. I had a shoot on Etna, it was like a stocking to see their resistance, but you have to pose with it on the lava stone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That is really prickly.
Yeah,
It's really
it's
and
hard.
it didn't break.
Yeah.
Didn't break the material, and that it got certified after that shoot with showing them that you have to like sitting, rolling on the lava, on a tree, stretching, and this material didn't break. And the material got certified and then started the production.
Oh wow, okay. Well, that's lots of creative ideas,
Yes.
the people have, a photographer has. And
Photographer and the design, because sometimes they are
collaborate.
combined. Yeah.
Okay. So that was the like when you were near the lava, were you scared?
I'm going to walk. It was all pointy. And that day, it was the fumes were coming out, and you can feel the ashes.
Oh gosh.
And,
Okay.
so they did like a creative hat like this.
Okay.
Just to shelter me from the ashes, but they still continue to show them. For them, life goes on as normal.
So they can start, Edna can start to erupt, but photo shoot carries on.
Yeah, no, it's normal. Like rain. Like rain. Like rain, it is. Okay.
So let's talk about more of the idea that you want to teach modeling. So what type of people you are actually looking for?
Share my knowledge.
Share your knowledge, okay.
I don't feel that I'm like a teacher because I'm a shy person.
Okay. So what type of people they would be suitable? Like you want to share knowledge with them?
From 20 upwards, and who is open-minded to do the shoots and who wants to learn new style and new material, and who is not afraid of showing themselves, but not to pose like you see everyone's doing the selfie and that and that. And they want to learn the technique, the posing. I tell you, after a shoot, sometimes I wake up in the morning like a robot because the twisting, the posing, and the muscles that you have to stretch at that moment, it's not easy, and the preparation for that. Everyone thinks that I'm beautiful, I'm a model, but it's not like that. there's a lot of preparation. You have to take care of yourself. For example, the day before a shoot, you have to already start scrubbing your skin. I'm going to tell you everything now.
Because I tell you, that's what I do with my clients. You notice that how much notes I gave you before come to photo shoot.
You know, it's the first, the only one that you give all that advice about it. I've done about 110 shoots. Yeah.
And I'm the only one give out information how to prepare for photo shoot.
Yes. And consent from some of them, but not all of them. What I want to tell also that to be careful, because there is a lot also of fake photographers.
Of course, yes. I have one of my friends, she's Italian, and she told me once in Italy, photographer, the name is associated with pervert. they treat it the same.
It's true. The ones that they start, no, we have to come alone. I do all the shoots with my partner. First of all, he helps me a lot because there's a lot of changing of materials. You have to be quick. You have to have everything already, and then to pack up to go to another area. So for me, it really helps that I have my partner with me. That helps me a lot and support me. And some of them that they go, I had parents. I was talking and told me about how I want my child to start doing it also, and like you going, but never let a young person inexperienced go by herself. It's like a wolf.
Yes, I know in the jungle you actually you have a lot of people like they notice like, okay, I can get something from just lure people to come to my studio, right? And that's dangerous for a lot of young girls. Like if I have like young girls, they want to book a shoot, I would always ask them, can you bring your mom or your dad, or your aunt to come with you, because I feel they will feel safe and I will feel they will feel more secure as well.
If there's somebody and a lot of help. And especially some of them, they start, no, get your clothes. And then take off the jacket. But the dress is better without a bra or without that. Nowadays, there's remedies that are like skin, literally. When we're doing the fashion shows, we have like triangles. We are not nude under already, or if the dress is transparent, we have like triangles going from front to back. Not everyone knows about these things because we learn it by experience. For example, I was in Germany and the designer said, he got this. What I have to do with
That's it.
Since the dress it was exactly figure hugging, so not to show the lines of the panty and everything, even a tongue would show. So they have these materials that they give it to you. Then when they are serious, they tell you to do the things properly.
Yeah, that's very good. You all learn these things from abroad.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like first time you go there, you didn't even know what it is, and you experience that. So when you
I did some experience here in Malta, but they are more based on pageants. Pageants here are like competition. You can see them on Facebook. That you have to promote yourself, and then you have to pester people to vote you. Otherwise, they don't select me, and they pay extra voters. I hear some parents, they go in the village and give money to the others to vote their child and everything. It's not like that. The modeling is how you feel. If you feel good with yourself, you're going to represent the dress well. And the product, you like it, you test it. So it shows that you are very keen of what you are representing and honored. You feel actually honored that they have chosen you to promote the material, the cast, whatever it is that they want you to promote.
Okay, very good. So if you start this project, you have to promote it to let people know like what you want to help out with these people. Like I would say the knowledge, and also I think give them a lot of encouragement, right? To inspire them to get out of their comfort zone and to try different things, not just something they already know, already seen. And like you were going to experience like different material and different type of photography.
Dresses.
Yeah.
For example, I had a shoot, a fashion shoot with chain dresses.
Oh wow!
It's something I wore it
It's
for
very
the
heavy.
award. They
Yeah.
sent it to me. It's really expensive, and I thank them. They're seeing the video. They sent it just to show it there at the nomination.
Wow.
They didn't know that I was going to be awarded, but they sent it and told me, let's promote it in water.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And I really thank them for it.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, like, what's your next destination? What's your next project?
So next week I will be in Zurich.
Zurich, okay, right. Do you know anything about the concept of this photo shoot?
It's by the lake.
By the lake, okay,
By
okay.
the lake.
All right.
And I don't want to spoil.
Okay, okay. Let's wait for the photo come out, shall we?
I have in Berlin, but it's totally different because there is the different of leather and latex, which I like.
Okay.
Since
Cool.
they tell me that I look very dominant as a
Yeah.
woman, so they always invite me to promote some leather and latex there. And then in Czech Republic.
Okay.
1 month of
Oh wow, okay. You have it all lined up for rest of
Czech Republic on the snow.
On the snow.
It's something new for me that I've never done. I went on the snow, but all cuddled up and everything.
So this time will be different.
It will be
okay. We will see the photo, then we'll know what's the new thing you're going through.
Yeah.
And last question.
It's going to be like in the snow, but with war. So
Okay.
see the combination.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the last question I want to ask you, we've done 2 shoots together, right?
Yeah.
So I want to ask you about how was your experience? How did you feel about the photo shoot with me?
The first one, when you asked and I told you, or we agreed together to be boudoir because it's something innovative here in Malta. I don't see it that others do it, and I like to do the opposite that is going on. That's been going on always the same, and I tried it. Yeah. And when I saw the photos, I thought, is that a twin of me? Is it me? How did I curve myself? How did I do that? And then it was amazing. I was like this with speechless. It's me. So I look so good.
So would you recommend, like, I know there are a lot of women out there. They just don't like camera. They don't like to be photographed. Have you experienced?
Am I normal?
you experienced like that before? You didn't like to be photographed.
I'm still like that. Am I normal? Me.
So imagine if a lot of women they are like that, and how can you encourage them to do something like this?
I would say that get out of the shell. The more that you are confident with yourself, so show it, not just see them on the magazines, on billboards. Show your face, yourself, first of all. In the start, it's like pampering yourself. Makeup, a new hairstyle, and if you have a designer outfit, show it. Why not? And you see the change in your character also, because I'm a shy person, but once I do the shoots and see myself there, I want more always, because I see another me that it's like caged inside, but in the shoot it came out, and I'm showing the world that I'm not afraid. It's me. I'm like me or hate me as I am, not always thinking what my neighbors are going to think of me, what the other parents are. I passed. At first there was these things, but the more I did them, the more I felt good about it. And it keeps you healthy also. Because when you get bored of yourself, you start eating, not doing that, and you don't take care of yourself. The more that you appreciate yourself and your body, you stay more healthy also.
Yeah, totally agree. I have seen so many transformations. Just women, they go through this preparation of the photo shoot, and they did the photo shoot, and they saw the photo. I've seen so many transformation. It's really, it's just remarkable, fantastic to watch, really. So thank you, Ruth, today,
Thank you.
sharing so much with us, and I really enjoyed this chat with you.
Hope
Yeah.
you send us more messages so we answer
Yes. Okay.
from our experience.
Yeah, so if you're interested in anything about modeling or you have any questions about modeling, you can send message to Ruth. Okay, so thank you for watching today. And this hairband because Halloween. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.